This is Irontrader. It is Sunday night. So we're going to take a look here at crude oil, WTI, and Brent on a daily and a weekly chart. We're going to take a look here at natural gas. And then we'll take a look here at gold and silver and at Bitcoin. Okay, this video is for information purposes only. Not a recommendation to buy selling stock in my ETF. Please like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Alrighty, here we have crude oil, daily chart and weekly chart here on WTI. We'll take a look here at Brent next. Okay, now you can see here how we popped right up here right to that 21-day, which I told you you have to respect it for a simple reason. Look at here, here, couldn't get through. Same thing happened here, same thing happened there. Now, came right on down here on Friday, but we held that 8-day, which is nicely. Now we're stuck right here at that 21-day. Now, if you look at this 21-day, okay, you're sitting at 73.67, and look at there, 74. 72, okay, right there, see, 73. Now we cross below that 200-day. That's going to be strong resistance. So we have to get right above here. This is your upside, 73.68. That's going to be very, very key, okay? Now we get above that. We got this 200-day here at 74.20. Now, when we take a look at the old weekly chart here, next big level is going to be right there at 74.69. That's going to be very, very critical. Now, if you can bust above that, then we have this 8-day sitting right there at 77.73 level, okay? Then obviously your next target is going to be right here. We look at the bottom there, 78.97, okay? So that's going to be your upside targets. Now, here on the downside, we're watching this 50-day, 72.56 level. That's going to be very, very key. Then we're watching this 8-day here at 71.16. That's going to be very, very critical support. And then we come down to your 70.65. That is going to be your 100 SMA here. Now, if we start losing it, then we just come to the top of this candle, 69.26 level. We'll come to the bottom there at 68.58. And then there's your big retest here at 67.04. Okay. Now, obviously, if we lose that, we come all the way down here to that 63 level. Very, very easily, which is basically just the bottom of that candle. Okay, see how easy that is? All right, now we got a trading range here. Okay, so you can see what it's doing here between this 50-day and between that 200-day. Okay, so we got a trading range here on the weekly chart, and we also have this trading range here on the daily chart here. Because we're looking at that 21-day. Very, very crucial we get above that, and then very, very crucial that we hold this key level. So we're trading this range here until we're going to break out, or we're going to be breaking down here towards that 67.04. Now, really, nothing is solved here, remember, in that Straits of Hormuz, okay, and with Iran. Okay, remember, it was just a peace agreement that was signed. That was it. It's nothing written in stone. You're dealing with the Iran regime here, which is very, very difficult. They're not just going to say, okay, we're done with this. You want to not look at the situation. I'm not talking about the Iranian people. I'm talking about the regime that's running Iran. And that's going to be very, very difficult here to say, hey, we're done with this, and that kind of a situation. Now, T-Man gets pissed off. He's going to be dropping bombs like you can't believe here. So just always remember that crude oil is not done in no situation. The key is you got to get above this key 21-day. You have to get above right here, that 74.20, and then this 200 SMA. Once we start doing that, then we have a nice good shot at that 8-day, and then we have a nice good shot here at the retest at that 78.97 level. Now, you can see here we got to an oversold condition. Now look at 43. Plenty of room to run. Green over red, looking very, very good. This looks like it wants to roll up here. Look at its little bars here. And this 45, plenty of room to run here. Okay, so don't have any opinion. Just trade this. All right, let's take a look here now at Brent crude. Okay, here we have Brent crude. Now you can see here pretty much the same thing, but we're above the 21-day, okay? So now that's going to become very, very key support level, okay? So that's you're looking at 77.17. That's going to be very, very key. And then we have that 75.04 level down here, that 8-day. Now, we also have this level right here, 76.93. So that's going to be right there, risk below that, okay? So that's going to be very, very key. And then obviously we have that 75.05 level, but then we also have this 74.45 level, which is looking also very, very good. Now, obviously, if we lose that, then we come to the top of that candle, 72.59. We look to the bottom there, 72.06, and then your big retest at 70.14. We lose that, come right down here, 69.16, and all that is here, just the bottom of the candle. See how easy that is? Very, very easy. Now, the upside. Well, we got some strong resistance here, okay? We got that 78, 72, that's your 200-day, and then we're going to have right here 79.02, that's your 200-day on your weekly chart, okay? That's going to be very, very key. Now, we get above that. We got a nice target up here right there at 81.30. That's going to be your 8-day. We crack above that. This is going to be your big target right here, 86.08, okay? That's going to be target. Yes, we have resistance here, absolutely, but this will be your target right there. Now, again, You got to get above this key 200-day, got to get above this 200-day. Then we can start heading right for that 81.30. We get above that, then she's going to be Rip City. Now, how I trade this, I'm trading this on the long side, is with BNO, the ETF BNO. On WTI, I do UCO for the long and SCO for the old short ski. Okay, so that's what you got to do. ETFs are really easy to trade, and they start trading tonight at 8 o'clock, and you can trade all the way to Friday night at 8 o'clock. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now, we look at here. You got plenty of room to run, plenty of room to run here, plenty of room to run, and this is just starting to bottom out here. So again, no opinion. We cracked that key 200-day here. We're going to start ripping up here pretty good, but we got to get above that 79.02. Then we can hit that old 81.34. All right, let's take a look here now at natural gas. Alrighty, here we have natural gas. Now you can see here a big sell-off. We put this topping tail in here. We're doing really good. We had this nice good uptrend situation. One candle, I should say, this builds energy. Okay, and it usually break up. I figured it was going to break up to the upside, but that's why I don't hold natural gas. I just trade this. UNG for the long, okay, KOLD for the short ski. That's it. Now, Friday, we came here, we put this bottoming tail in there, which was very, very nice here. All the way down here, we got down to 2.87, okay? So all you have to do is bring this price channel right across here. What do we have here, okay? 2.86, okay? Look at that, within one, okay? That's how nice these charts work. Look at that, awesome. Now, we have what they call an inside day. Your high and low so far is within the high and the low of the previous day, which was Friday. Of course, the market's been open 7 minutes, so we got to give it a little time. Okay? So right now here, this is what we're looking for on the upside, 2.98. That's going to be very, very key. That is going to be your 21 SMA here on the weekly chart, and 298 here. That is going to be your 100-day on your daily chart. Now, we start ripping above that level, okay? You got 315 there, but first of all, we got to get to this 50-day at 308. That's going to be very, very key. And then we have right here, you got 3.15. Look at this 8-day, rolled over across that 21-day, and that is going to be strong resistance if this has any kind of movement to the upside. So this is what you're going to be watching in, 3.13. Then we have that 3.15. Then we have 3.17. That's going to be all your targets. Now, we get above that here. Then we have this 3.18 level, okay? Then we have your 100-day sitting at 3.33, and then we have your 50-day above that at 3.37. Then we have your 200-day at 3.44. So now your price here is below all your simple moving averages, right here below all your simple moving averages. So it's going to take a pretty damn big catalyst here, and I'm not talking about just a contract roll, because that don't mean shit. I'm just talking about it's got to have a nice big something kind of a catalyst here, some kind of a disruption, something to take this natural gas higher. But right now, not so much here. Okay, so here's we're looking at 38. That's not overbought, oversold. The green is below your red, so that shows momentum to the downside. This is sideways action at 45. That's not either. That's going to show us either way. So right now, what you really want to trade is right here. Watch that 298. Very, very key. Lines up right here, 298. Above that, just watch this key 308, and then 3.13, and then we have right there 3.15, and then 3.17. So again, what I'll be looking for is trades. If we can get above this key 298 now, then I'll jump into UNG, and I'll take that bad boy up to that 308 level. Okay? And then I say if it keeps around rolling, we can take it up there again. But don't be afraid to take it off the table. Put money in your pocket. Okay, let's take a look here now at gold. Okay, here we have gold. Now I can see here downtrend situation. Okay, see how this 50-day, that green held it the whole way. Okay, see? Boom, right into it, smack right into it, smack right into it. And then what it is, the 21-day took over. Look at here. Look at this. Right into it, and look what happened here again. Okay, now what we got here was you got the 8 days moving up here. The 21-day is going to go sideways. But we have this. Okay, so you can see when that 8-day crosses that 21-day, now you cross that 50-day. Very, very strong resistance, okay? So always keep that in mind, okay? 42.32. Now, first of all, we got here 41.14. We got to get back above that. 41.49. Very, very strong resistance. Your 8-day and your 21-day. You get above that, then we're going to have a resistance right here at 42.32. Now we get above that, then what we got here? Then you got the 50-day at 43.44. Then another 50-day here, okay? Then we come back here. Then we come all the way up here to this 200-day at 44.89. And then we come up to your 21-day, and then we have your 100-day, okay? But again, you got to get started once. But the problem is we have a deep, this thing is declining. High, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower high. You got to crack above at least that 21-day and this 8-day to get this thing rolling. Okay, not this pop and drop nonsense. So anyway, it pops up and comes down. That's good for a trade. But if you're a long-termer, they say, I want to get up to that 50-day. We got to close above this key 21-day to reverse this downtrend. Now, 41, this is not bought oversold here. You do have positive divergence. See how you have a low, we have a higher low. We have a low, we have a lower low. Positive divergence going on here. Green is over your red. That's not too bad. Oh, what the hell did I do there? Okay, now that isn't too bad right there. But again, there's just a lot of resistance going on here. Now, this has not bottomed yet. This has not bottomed yet there. So again, we could go lower. Now, got to take a look at the downside. Now, your key level here, what we'll do is we'll be looking to Friday's low here at 4,081. We'll venture down here, 4,063, and then we have 4,032. Now, we lose that, we'll come right here. That's going to support 39.75 and then 39.55. That's going to be the key, okay? Just take the price channel. What do you got? See? 39.55. See how nice that is? Easy peasy. Now, we lose that, it's going to be man out the window time. We're going to come right down here to this 36.46. That's your 100-day, and that has to hold. If that doesn't hold here, well, then what we're going to do is then we can start reverting right over to the top of this candle at that 35.09 level, and we can venture all the way down here to that 200-day. Now, that's not where I'm saying it's going. I always like to show you where it could possibly go, just in case it does get hammered. Now, again, just watch that 8-day, watch this 20-day. We got to reverse this downtrend situation. Once we do, then we'll be off to the races. All right, let's take a look at silver. Okay, here we have silver. Now we have pretty much the same old saying. Okay, 8-day crossed over 21-day. Now look here, crossing over here at 50. Strong resistance. Now this is your upside we're looking at is 60.29. Next level 62.45. Then we can start coming right up here. Okay, 64.73, 64.91. That is going to be your upside targets. Now if we can start getting above that, then we have this 200-day 69.52, 50-day 70.31, and then we can venture up to the 21-day. And then up to your 100-day here at that 74.45. But one level at a time. Now you can see here, high, lower high, lower high, lower high. Downtrending situation. Until you break that, this is going to be sideways to down action. So just remember that. Now, here on the downside, this is the key level that we're really watching, is that 55.75 level. Okay, see right there. This is what we're watching. We lose that, you're going to go right here's your target at 48.86. Okay, just that simple. Then what we do is we can follow the candles all the way down until we hit right there at that 36.61. Now, this is not oversold here. This is still sideways action. This is not oversold here. And this is not oversold here. So really, you got sideways consolidation. But we had sideways consolidation here too. And then what happened? Boom, down she goes. Okay, sideways consolidation. So this could go down here. This might not be done selling here. Eventually, silver's going to have its day. So trade it. A really great trader here is the SLV. That's a really one good trade. I only trade this on the long side, same way with the gold, but I wait for the setup. But even though this doesn't look like much, really SLV, good trading situation here. Okay, let's take a look here now at Bitcoin. Okay, here we have Bitcoin. Now, what I like about this pattern is here, okay, see this? Left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Inverse head and shoulders pattern, okay? So we measure from here, we measure to that neckline at 67.36, okay? So right there, you got about 10,000 right there, okay? Then you do the flip ski, okay? So once you do that, that can go right up there real quick, okay? No problem at all. Right back to that 77 target right here, which is probably right around that 80,000 mark. You can do that very easily. However, okay, you got to get through some of this resistance. Now, here's what we got here. Okay, we're holding this key on the downside. We got to hold that 63.278, very key. Now, the 8-day here, you can see crossed over now, crossed over the 21-day. That's going to be next support, 62.947, and then your next one, 62.869. That's all going to be your key levels. You have to hold that 8-day, that 21-day, and this key 200-day. If not, well, then you're going to retest this 57.850. Now, we lose that 57.850 here on the old silver. Here's your big target right here. Is going to be 49.365. We lose that. Here's your big target right there, 38.540. Just that simple. Okay. Now we have positive divergence right here. We have positive divergence here. Very nice. Green is over your red, looking good. Green is about ready to curl up, looking good. Okay. And we had now an inverse head and shoulders, but we got a double bottom situation going right here. Very nice. So what you're watching here is we're going to be looking at Friday's candle. Okay. So we look at Friday's candle, 64.915 on the high side, 63.70 on the downside. We got to hold that. Now we break above that, then we have a really nice good shot right here at that retest 67.360, which is basically just the top of that candle. Okay, if we get above that level, then we're going to be going right here to that 69.716. Very nice. We come up here, 69, and we come up that 100-day at that 70 mark. Okay, now very nice inverse head and shoulder pattern, double bottom situation. This is looking very, very good. Easy way I trade this: BITX for the long, okay, BITI for the short. Now, if we start losing that 8-day, 21-day, we start losing this 200-day, well, then I'll jump into BITI. That is going to be the short trade. Now, if we do lose this 57,840, well, then I'll really jump in that short trade, and we'll take it down to this level right here, okay? So I'm the kind of guy, I trade direction. I really don't give a rat's ass if it goes up or if it goes down. It doesn't really make any difference to a guy like me. But again, you got to watch the chart so you don't get fooled kind of situation. But you look at this 8-day, came down and held it, okay? Came down, held it, came down, held it, and so far we're holding it. A lot of times you'll have that pattern, and when she rips, this is to be the next target we're looking for, 67,360. Alrighty, that's what I got for you. I will be back tomorrow morning, and we'll do it all over again. Now, NASDAQ futures are down about $1.57. Crude is up 259 on this continued Straits Hormuz, Iran, even though they're having talks. So again, but what you want to do here is look for opportunity, okay? That's the key. We get a sell down here tonight. That could be a very good buying opportunity going to Monday, but always watch turnaround Tuesday. Now, this week, you're going to start all the earnings with the banks, and we have the inflation numbers. It's going to be a whole thing going on here, okay? So just remember, pay attention to the news, okay, and trade these freaking charts. All right, that's what I got for you. Trade what's in front of you, not what you want.